What's up, Tube? Welcome back to Low Guido's Chop Shop, the second best gel blaster channels on the tubes. And tonight on the bench I've got the Warrior Mini 2 from Olight. And so Olight are having a flash sale right now, and this is one of the flashlights that's on sale. Let's check this out. This is the Warrior Mini 2. And as always, everything that comes from Olight is always packaged so nicely. Got the Warrior 2 Mini there, or Warrior Mini 2 there, and then underneath we've got, it looks like there's a lanyard, the special magnetic charging cable, a instruction manual, and this I think is a carabiner. So it's not for climbing, so I imagine it's just for attaching your Olight to something like that. Alright, one of my favourite things about these Olights, let me just get, speaking of lights, let me lighten this up a bit. Alright, one of my favourite features is the charging cable. I love these magnetic charging cables because you can have that plugged into your USB and just slap it on the back there and charge her up. And it's nice, easy, straightforward charging base, and that also will double as the connection point for a remote switch if you are using this on a pill rifle or otherwise. You can have a remote charging, a remote switch on the back of that. I haven't got myself a remote switch yet, but I will definitely have to get one in the future. They've also got this belt clip, which I'm a fan of because it works both ways. You can use it that way or that way, which I think is pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. I got my first Olight, and that is removable. You can take that off if that's not required. But of course, before we can start charging it or doing any of that, we need to first open it up and remove the protective plastic from the battery. The battery, which is a 3500 milliamp hour 18650. So it's an 18650. Sorry, I'm way off camera here. 3500 milliamp hour 18650, which is actually a quite a good little 18650, and the fact that it's an 18650 as well means that it is super easy to get replacements should you ever need to replace that battery. But some of the features of this particular little Mini 2 is you've got switching on and off from the back button there. You can do a half press and it comes on at a low light level. You can do a full press and it comes on at turbo, which is the full brightness. The low light level is actually programmable from the button on the side there, and so you can actually use that side button to turn it on and off, or if you hold it down, actually if you hold it down it puts it into sort of tamper mode, but if you hold it down for 3 seconds you can put it into moonlight mode. I think it's 3 seconds or 5 seconds. Hold it down for a few seconds, it puts it into this really low light mode, and then from there you can use it to change the brightness to suit your needs. And with that, whatever level you set that brightness at, that's what it stays on next time you turn it on with that side button, it'll always be that same brightness, unless you use the rear button with a full press, which will give you that full brightness turbo mode. So if you want the full brightness instantly, you don't want to mess around, you can just give that a full press. If you hold it down longer than it turns into a momentary. So if you hold it down, it'll become momentary switch, so when you release it, it will turn off. Anyway, that's a lot of the features of this little thing. It is, despite the fact that it is small, it is quite bright, with a output of 500 lumens on high setting and 1700 lumens on the turbo mode. So that one, 1700 lumens. That's a lot of lumens. But numbers don't really mean all that much to me when they're written down on pieces of paper. I like to see what they look like in the dark, how it actually performs out in the dark. And I got a couple of other Olights that I'll probably compare it to. The M2R Pro is my benchmark that I'll take out with it as well, and I'll compare it to that. Let's go somewhere dark. Alright, so here we are out in the dark again, and it's a little bit foggy tonight, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But we've got the Warrior Mini, the Warrior 2 Mini here, and I got also the M2R. So this is the Warrior 2. As I said, it is a little bit foggy, so you got to bear with me. That's the Warrior, and then this, the M2R Pro, for comparison purposes. That's just the Warrior. And then that is compared to the M2R. So you can see, for a much smaller unit, the throw is not too bad. Like, it's obviously not quite as powerful as the M2R, but you know, for comparative purposes. That fog does make for some awesome beam, doesn't it? You can see the exact throw pattern and everything coming from that little Warrior 2. And you can see on the side there, you can see the green light indicating that it is full charge. Alright, well, one thing that I noticed while shining this thing around at full brightness, full 1700 lumens, that it does start to get quite warm to the touch, especially around this front end. And I know that in the past there's been issues with people putting lights too close to things and potentially melting them or causing dramas there. And one of the cool features that this Warrior Mini 2 has is something that's designed to prevent you from causing damage to things by, you know, getting it too close to them. And that's it's actually got a proximity sensor. See this little black dot in the bezel there? It's actually got a prox sensor in it, so when you bring something close to it, it dims down. See? That's cool. So yeah, well, if something comes too close in front of it, it actually dims the level down so that it doesn't overheat whatever item you're putting in front of it, which is quite cool. That also wouldn't reflect heat back into the flashlight and potentially cause problems there either. That's a feature I've never seen ever on any flashlight ever before. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, if it does, I've never seen it. That's cool. One of the other things that I didn't touch on as well as the strobe feature. If you hit the side button 3 times in a row, hang on, you get the strobe feature. Sorry for everyone for strobing them just then. And also, when the flashlight is powered on, let me just turn this down to a lower level, you do get this battery indicator light showing up here. So it shows you green for fully charged, and then it goes orange and red as the battery depletes. So you can always tell at a glance how much battery is left in your torch without having to guess how long you've used it for. And another thing, I touched on it before when I was trying to access the moonlight mode earlier on. If you do hold the side button down for, I think, more than 5 seconds, it goes into lockout mode, where basically if you're going to be putting the flashlight into your pocket or something for a period of time and you don't want to accidentally bump it on, or you know, you don't want it to accidentally turn on for whatever reason, you've put it in that lockout mode. You see, if you try to turn it on, the little red LED lights up to signify that it's in lockout mode, and then you just hold that button down for a further 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds I think it is, and then you should be able to get the flashlight to turn back on again. So I think that's pretty handy for, like, you know, those times when you don't want to accidentally bump it. It's actually, funnily enough, it's actually happened to me in games, in skirmishes where I've been playing and I've had a weapon light on my blaster and I've accidentally bumped the switch, not realizing that I had bumped it, and it was during the day, so I didn't notice that the flashlight was on, and it was like during a sort of a sneaky skirmish where I was trying to sneak up on the enemy. Of course my flashlight was giving me away, like it was just a big beacon telling everyone right where I am. So, you know, it would have been very handy in that situation to have a lockout button so that I didn't accidentally bump my flashlight on during the game play. Anyway, that's all from me today. Don't forget to hit me up on FacePage if you're interested in buying a patch, and you can buy me a coffee if you like what I'm doing and you want to support my channel. And also, flash sale. I'm going to put a link down to the Olight flash sale, which is on right now. It should be on at the release time of this video, so go check that out. There's a affiliate link in the description there as well. So, and I have got a Lo Guido code as well for the Olight website, where it will get you a 12% discount off any item that's not already discounted. So it won't count on the flash sale items, but if there's other Olight items that you want to buy, enter the code Lo Guido at checkout and you should get 12% discount off of that. Alright guys, thanks again, peace out.